Flight Lieutenant Ben Davey had to fly without instruments or radio communications through thick clouds for 2 tense hours. A hero RAF pilot has described how he managed to avoid disaster when all the controls on his Typhoon fighter jet went dark. Flight Lieutenant Ben Davies had to fly without instruments or even radio communications through thick clouds for 2 long hours before somehow touching down safely at the RAF's Akrotiri base in Cyprus. The 33-year-old had finished an intensive 6-hour mission and was just about to embark in vital mid-air refueling when things started to go spectacularly wrong in January. He had been engaged in operations over Iraq and Syria while his colleagues launched a bombing raid on rebel Houthi positions in Yemen. Just as he was about to couple with the behemoth RAF Voyager petrol tanker, all his digital deals including the vital heads-up display, stopped working. The Typhoon is a very computer-based aircraft and suddenly everything went black. No HUD, no screens, nothing except some emergency instruments, said Ben, speaking from RAF Lossiemouth where he is part of Britain's Quick Reaction Alert, QRA, force. It was nighttime so there were no visual cues. His first priority was to somehow complete the refueling. We usually use a HUD display to line up with the air refueling probe. But luckily I was able. The RAF has emergency diversion bases dotted around the region and around the world, but the last thing I wanted to do was to land there because they can be in some really sketchy places. Though he now had enough fuel to reach Cyprus, getting there was a different matter. For a few moments, the cockpit symbol generator, CSG, flickered back to life. I communicated with my wingman and we started to make our way back home, said Ben. But hopes that his problems were over were soon dashed when it died again. It happened 3 or 4 more times and it was concerning, especially